here are all the different types of lights that I mainly use to really elevate my videos. There are 5 types of lights that I mainly use: cob lights, RGB and bicolor, a mini tube light, a mini panel light, and practical lights. Now, I'll first talk about all the things that these lights have in common. All of these lights have an on and off button, a pressable and turnable knob, a screen, a green and magenta color tint, adjustable brightness, adjustable color temperatures, and lighting effects, which I'll talk about later before getting into the practical lights. All of these lights are powered either through a power cable, charging cables, or MPF batteries depending on the type of light. Starting off with the cob lights, there are numbers on the lights themselves, usually showing the number of watts the light uses. In other words, the bigger the number, the brighter they are. Not all cob lights may have a baby pin mount and a tilting bracket, but the lights I bought have them. Since the light gets pretty bright and more brightness means more power used, the light can get hot, and that's why there is a cooling system inside the light. There's a fan inside that would turn on automatically whenever the light heats up a bit too much. I use 2 different kinds of cob lights, one being a bicolor and the other a RGB light. A bicolor light means that there are 2 kinds of color temperatures, a warm tone and a cool tone. This one has a baby pin mount and the baby pin itself, which are ways the lights can be attached to other gears like tripods or C-stands. While the bicolor is limited to just the brightness and color temperatures, the RGB cob light is just like what it sounds. It has all the color temperatures and has basically all the colors you need. You have the options of adjusting the hue, saturation, and brightness of the colors. Next is the mini tube light. This one that I have is just a 1-foot tube, though there are more longer tube lights that can brighten more spaces of your scenes. There are 2 quarter mounting threads for vertical and horizontal use. There are also 2 magnets on the back to mount on magnetic surfaces. Another way is to use tube clamps, or maybe a baby pin adapter to back clamps. This particular tube light has many other options like custom, DMX, CRMX, and VT settings, and screensaver. Another type of light is a mini panel light. There are more bigger panel lights out there, but having a small one can be convenient in terms of portability. The overall functions are the same as the MT Pro, but it differs in size, has limited light effects, and only has 1/4 thread mounting point. Now, getting into the lighting effects I've mentioned earlier, there are a lot of different kinds of effects integrated in these particular lights at least. A few kinds of effects are lightning, pulsing, TV, and party. Here is all the kinds of effects that are usable with these lights. The amount of effects varies upon each light. The 60X and 150C having 9 effects, the MT Pro having 9 effects and 7 pixel effects, and the MC Pro having 15 effects. The thing to keep in mind is that they're all just built-in effects. These particular lights can actually be connected via an app and you'll have more effects available. Lastly, we have the practical lights, which are lights that are actually shown in the shot. Practical lights aren't hidden behind the camera or are out of a video frame, differing from the other lights that I've mentioned before. The one I have is just a cheap lamp I bought off online, so though the quality may not be good, it's still a pretty little deco that elevates your scenes. The MT Pro can also be considered as a practical light because even if it's used out of frames at times, the shape of the tube light seems like a light that you can see in your daily life. In other words, it looks natural even if it's in the frame or shot. I hope you got something valuable or learned something new from this video. If you want to see examples of how I use these lights in my video, click this one, where I use these lights to get quality vlog style videos.